All right, welcome to the Please Subscribe show. It's November 29th, 2023. There's Linda, one of the creators of the Please Subscribe show, and I'm Cole. And I just found out I called the SNAP office of Texas. That's our Lone Star card. That's our food benefit card. I was supposed to receive my card back in September. We could have had a big Thanksgiving.
I know, right?
So I just reported them now. It says it takes 6 calendar days to receive. So we are going to be doing a vlog about the SNAP benefits card, which is a Lone Star card, which you get for food. Now we're going to have some food. All right? Because times got tough and we applied for a Lone Star card. We should receive it in 6 days, which is December 6th of 2023. Stay tuned.
Enjoy your sandwich.
And stay tuned. All right, kitty. We love you. We know you're tired and you need plenty of sleep. Okay. You've got the scratching post and your cat condo, which is 2 levels. And don't forget your whale shark tunnel. It's got flaps on it, little flip fins right here, little tail. If we can show it. And it behaves like a whale shark tunnel. You just go right in there. Okay, kitty? You have a good day. You be good, okay? You hold down the fort for us. We love you. All right. 65 degrees Fahrenheit. We're looking at 203,518 miles on the speedometer. It's November 29th, 2023. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show. And I'm going to talk about acting. We're headed to DFW. All right, one thing common among actors I've seen on set, from John Hurd, who was the first professional famous actor who I met on the set of Pelican Brief, and other actors I've seen, is they do breathing exercises. I think there's a Stephen King short story novel in different seasons called The Breathing Method. I don't know the relation to it, but it makes me think of that. There's different methods in breathing. So anxiety and fear has a lot to do with breath. And there's ways to breathe. And this can help you in any field, any stressful field. Acting is stressful because you have to sometimes go out in front of like 1,000 people and pretend like you're a Shakespearean character, or any character that is. I pretend like I'm Apollyon, which was the devil, as well as Christian, which was a Christian representative of a Christian. I've done both. I've done the extremes of all different types of characters. And I don't think there was ever a time there was never really a time I didn't notice, or that's a double negative, but you know what I mean. I've always noticed breath had changed, and when anxiety would come into my life, I would breathe the anxiety in, right? And then I would breathe it out. So anyway, I just wanted to say that. Deep breaths in, and then long breaths out, like right? And then another deep breath, and then breathing out. And then sometimes you can even practice a form of yoga, which is breathing in one nostril and then breathing out the other nostril. I think I've talked about that on the show. So I'm giving techniques and things about acting, behavior, a little bit about the method every once in a while. It'll be in there. And all it is a refined and extended version of the system that Stanislavski invented from the Moscow Art Theater. Only the Americans got a hold of it and really went to town, especially with Strasberg. The breath was important, and Strasberg always stressed, I hate to say it, but he did. He was a very intensive teacher. And he always had them focus on breath, because that was a way to start to relax the body and to relax the face. Because when the face is relaxed, then the body follows. You can try doing that. Just relaxing your face. Seeing if you have anything going on like this, and just relax it. And keep it relaxed so that the body can follow. Keep the breath going. and you have yourself what's known as relaxation, which is the first thing that you should master as an actor. I remember whenever my mom enrolled me in a stage combat class, which secretly was an acting class at W.E. Scott Theater in Fort Worth, the first thing they had us do was very method. This was a very intensive class, by the way. It was a pretty intense class for a little community theater, little city theater, you know, W.E. Scott Theater. The lady that taught it was a Hispanic lady that had gotten some film roles in New York. This looks like, check this out. Jurassic Park stuff. It even has it on the side. Anyway, that's what you can do. Anyway, at W.E. Scott Theater, the one thing that we did was, the first thing that we did was we laid down on the ground and we pictured ourselves floating in the clouds. It was a long exercise in relaxation and imagination. We pictured different things of us on a beach, the ocean coming up to our feet as we laid on the beach, relaxing on our back, feeling the sand on our back, taking in deep breaths as we went through the imagination. And then we started to float, not literally, but in our imagination. We floated off the sand, over the ocean, and into the puffy clouds above the rain that could be formulating. And the coolness of the clouds helped us relax as we floated on top of the sky in a place that was private and serene, which was above the ocean. And that was a great exercise, and that was one of the first things we learned. That's method. And this was coming out of a community theater in Fort Worth. Yep, it was one of the first things. Before we got into stage combat, and before we got into speaking, and before we did everything else, we learned to relax so that we could control our anxiety and then step into it and do what we need to do. All right? All right, that's my little lesson today, November 29th, little acting lessons. I'm going to start doing it more because I realized something, and I wanted to talk to you. Let me turn it around. I applied to be a school teacher in many different districts. I did teach for a little bit at Trinity Valley for about a semester, and I was a substitute teacher for about 4.5 years or 5 years or so for different districts, from Arlington ISD to HEB ISD to Keller ISD to Fort Worth ISD, different parts of Fort Worth. Wait, hang on for a minute. Crowley, yeah, I was a substitute teacher for Crowley. It's kind of outside of Fort Worth district, but different school districts. I did Arlington, I think, the longest for a couple of years. And never really became like a public school teacher or even a private school teacher. But I realized something last night, you know, because I applied again. There's a Fort Worth fair coming up December 9th that I may try to go to for a teaching fair. I go to them all the time. You learn things, you get pins, you get little treats, you get to meet other teachers. And it's good to go whether you're going to be hired or not. There are little fairs that they have where you turn in a resume and you talk to people and they call you. I almost got hired at Round Rock, which is out by Austin. But anyway, we were almost going to move there and everything. We were waiting because they were going to hire me as a middle school teacher, possibly even a high school teacher for theater arts. Anyway, so the fairs are important because you can land a teaching position. But anyway, what I realized last night, let me go back. I realized that, you know what? I can teach. I can teach you right now on YouTube. I can. And anyone can. And I recommend that for anyone that wants to become a teacher. Start a vlog. Vlogs are educational. They're full of content. So, anyway, that's my recommendation to you. If you want to teach, and they're not going to let you at a private school or a public school, pick up your camera, whether it be a smartphone or a Canon or whatever it may be, and have at it and begin teaching. All right, guys. These are older buildings that have been around since the 1930s. The center one that we're coming up to right now is the United States Post Office. It was established in 1931 and went into business in 1933. And it has neoclassic design, which is also up here too. You can see it up there. Isn't that cool? Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Another thing that I do want to talk about when it comes to teaching, and if you have students that are poverty-stricken, the school needs to be hyper aware that we need to bring nutrition into the public or private schools. Because if we are able to have a class, and it can be a home ec class or a cooking class or even just an eating class, just like they have physical education, right? If they're going to have proper physical education, then you need proper nutrition to match that. And the people that we need to model ourselves after is France, because France has this class. They teach their kids how to cook, how to eat, and they even eat off ceramic ware and glass ware too, like glass cups and things like that. They teach them style and healthy nutrition. This is an important aspect to France. America is slowly starting to become aware of this. We're a younger country. We're still young. We've only been around since 1776. I mean, officially. We've been around longer than that, but officially it started in 1776 when everything went into effect with the Declaration of Independence. There's argument on it could have been earlier. But regardless, we're not as old as the European countries. They can be our models and our teachers for certain things. And France models, they're a great model for appreciating food and nutrition in the school systems as well as at home, which is one way we can better our society, is by sharing our food, and also sharing the ideas of what we eat, whether it's good or bad. Let people know, because that way people can take account of what people are going through. Like Linda and I, we show the food that we cook. Now sometimes it's hamburgers helpers, sometimes it's something fancy like beef schnitzel. But what we get a hold of, we certainly vlog and we show it to you, because I think it's important, because it matches sometimes the situation that we're in. I learned this because I trained to be a teacher. And we learned that many of the kids that will fall behind in class are not getting the proper nutrition, right? Even if they're in a rich household, their parent may not be aware of how their behavior affects their kids' behavior because of their eating habits. And that goes for rich or poor, right? You're basically a representative of nutrition when you're a parent to a child. And how you eat and how you behave will affect that child. It's even in the Bible. So it's an important aspect about being a parent is nutrition and food. It's very important. And they should have more education on it for parents as well as for the school system. (1-800-TRUE-GREEN) TRU-GREEN 1-800-TRUE-GREEN. All right, we have a silver alert. It's BMN 7523. It's a license plate. That's all I got on it now. All right, BMN 7523 Texas plate, Decatur, Texas, silver alert. So it's coming out of it's coming out of Decatur, Texas. Silver means that they're older than 65 years of age. And they've gotten to a vehicle and they've driven away. Or they're just missing. Looks like there's some more information coming out of Decatur. Silver alert, VW Passat. I don't know what that is. A Passat. I don't know what that is. Some type of VW. Looks like gas went up about 20 cents to $2.79. 4 digits of the license plate 7523, BMN 7523, the silver VW Passat, P.s.s. It's a type of VW. It's coming out of Decatur. The silver alert. VOR is very omnidirectional device, so it's very high frequency omnidirectional device. It carries a very high frequency. That's what the V stands for. O is omnidirectional, and then wait, hang on. Yeah, I think it is a device. The D stands for device. Very high frequency omnidirectional device. Sorry about that. It's actually VOR. It's very high omnidirectional radar. Sorry about that. I messed that one up. I'll have to correct that. So a type of radar. Alright, looks like we got a luggage pickup. We're going to E, probably most likely Delta. And we verify identity and smile. Hey, doggy. Their eyes are so blue, though. That's what I was trying to get. The service dog?
Yeah.
right, so this is a luggage pickup, so we go in the middle, not the 1 through 10, which is right there. We want to go into as close to 15 as we can get. I believe it's Delta, and it's just going right outside the airport, so they're just giving $9 for it. But I figured I could maybe hang around this area and see how many they do for the day. You never know. Keep your eye on it. Let's see here. Yep, this is going to be where E15 is. So we just keep it moving. I guess maybe overall, maybe Roadie has to do with the area that you're in. It would determine the type of delivery. You can tell this is luggage because I'm at the airport, so they'll offer it. And see, that one's 16, so I can go through 16 and come back through here, and then you just accept it while you're nearby. All right, crossing into 16. So Delta is going to be right there.
And see if your bag is temp.
May I have your attention, please? Will the attendant please meet your party and baggage claim E34?
Another stop off being angels in our fields.
I'm gonna get a late start today. Alright, so logistically we were right at the location, and we'll be going 6 miles for the drop-off point. We'll be there in 10 minutes, and we'll arrive at probably a little after 5 o'clock. $5:05.
And they're all the way from Georgia.
Spreading joy one order at a time. Jollytown QT. Chance to win 365 days off free drinks with every QT app order.